Hey boys and girls, this is Fire Emblem Void's Blitzarre adventure. I'm your host Mekkah, and today we are looking at chapter 19, which is a lit chapter. It's lit. I actually like this one. So Kaga is apparently cornered by these two people with really out of place portraits. I think they're from Ch19 Saga actually, not sure though. I know that one of the characters they're with is. So apparently they promote poor NPC Kaga from an F-frame class to a dancer, which I think is an improvement, but I don't think Kaga agrees. He loses 4 constitution in the process, so that makes him easier to carry around, I guess. So this chapter I'm like, yeah, great, I get to recruit Kaga and then kill a bunch of enemies. That seems pretty easy. So Kaga is now a dancer. He's the creator of Fire Emblem and our Lord and Savior. And he has some skills, the most important one being dance, everything else is like whatever. And he can use anima magic, so dancers are not defenseless in this game. So I'm just super excited about Kaga. I'm gonna check the rest of the map and I'm like, oh cool, this is a bunch of EXP. Apparently they are part of Binks' force, but Binks is nowhere to be seen. Instead the boss is Mariah. Whoever she is. I should play Ch19 Saga. So she has Luna, Weary Fighter, Dance, and Amaterasu, whatever the hell that is. And she has Bolting. So she's going to be kind of annoying. There's a bunch of NPC soldiers. I guess it wouldn't really be a Kaga game if there weren't NPC soldiers. And they are part of the army of Grotto apparently. The descriptions for the enemies, the generic enemies, aren't really that great. But I'm looking forward to this map. This seems pretty fun. So just thinking for a bit and then we're going right into preps. Okay, so now I have done my preparations, and apparently Sigludo, or I guess his name is Siglud, is here. He says some stupid joke that I'm sure you know what it is. I'm going to censor it because people might not have played FE4 Gen 1 and I think spoiler jokes are stupid. Siglud has a master seal he cannot use because he's obviously pre-promoted, and he seems to have a pretty kick-ass stats, really funny skill, nice personality, as well as all the skills you would expect a mounted user to have, plus rally skill. Pretty cool, seems pretty good, might use him more often. But he's not in the greatest spot here. He's actually in a bunch of forest, so elbow room gets shut off, so I actually move him out of a forest, so he has a better shot against these heroes. He's right in the middle of all these enemies. But I think he'll be fine. My own units are not that far away, so it's not going to be very hard to rescue. I appreciate the fact that he's not an NPC, but an actual blue unit, just like he is in his original game, completely blue. With elbow room, he has plenty of survivability. There were 2 characters separated from the rest, and I know originally they were like Beat and someone else. It's like, no, we're switching this up. In their formation, so I put 2 units that can really function on their own there, Slicia and Jerome. And I'm gonna start thinning these enemies because Sigludo doesn't last forever. Sorry, I mean Siglud. Gotta keep in mind the canon Japanese names, even though there have been English translations that are different, you know. So these generals are actually pretty tough to kill, and so are the heroes, which is why I'm happily using a couple of my strongest units here. As for everyone else, they can help freeing the NPC soldiers, I guess, or just getting towards Sigludo. I found out that Kaga cannot really be talked to by anyone, including Void, so I'm kind of wondering if I can even recruit him at all at this point. Maybe he'll join at the end of the map if he survives or something. The way this chapter seems programmed, at least from what I can tell, it reminds me of Dussel, because that is also a chapter with like NPCs that you want to save, as well as a green character that you can probably recruit, and that like needs to survive because they have like this boss thing on them. But this is a Seas map, so it's pretty different. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was based on the F-frame chapter where you save Dussel. So, new Rallyman, Edgeworth replaced Edge, and he uses his broken rally skills. He dies to everything in one hit, so I need to keep him safe, but as long as I do that, his rally bonuses are amazing. I forgot if he gives movement, but he gives like everything else. and like +6 in some stats, so it was really amazing. And I just have people fly towards the NPC soldiers, see how many I can save. At first I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna save them all. I decided to promote Anna because fuck it, everyone else is promoted, and I'm never really going to feed her enough kills for waiting to matter. And I think she actually leveled up in her joining chapter a couple times because she wasn't that bad of a fighter, I think. I honestly can't remember, but like the fact that I can't remember means I should probably just early promote her and get her over with. She's not as good as Kirsten, obviously, but she's a promoted flyer. She can probably do some things, right? Someone said that the 3 Annas can triangle attack in the comments, or at least they thought she might. So I'm gonna test that at one point. I don't think that comment was there when I played this chapter. So yeah, I couldn't get Kirsten on the bridge, I don't believe, on the first turn, but I could get her in the position she's in. Unfortunately, that means that these NPC knights are getting on the island where the soldiers are, and they're gonna wreak some havoc because, well, they're soldiers and they're NPCs. You know what they do. Siglud is doing fine though, and he's the guy that matters. And Kirsten, with all her boosts, is going to be really good at disposing of these cavaliers. Kirsten with rally is absolutely insane. It's like a flying Seth or something. And Mariah's like, yeah, I want to kill soldiers. So at this point, I'm like, there is no way that the game expects you to save all these soldiers, because some of them are in range of the boss turn 1, and she has a bolting that 1 kills them. And actually, I didn't check if they had enough HP resistance to survive. She didn't proc Luna. I just assumed they died in 1 hit, but then later I realized she does have Luna. But I figure I'm not going to reset over 1 soldier dying or multiple soldiers dying. I'll just save a couple of them to see if it does anything. I know that like every FE between like 5 and 8 has some chapter where if you save enough NPCs, you get some kind of reward. So I'm hoping I get something out of it, but I'm not too stressed about it. I'm more worried about missing out on Kaga and his recruitment, because he looks like he should be recruitable, but no one can talk to him. And from what I can tell, he didn't join you after beating the chapter either, so maybe he joins next chapter, I don't know. If I did miss out on him after the chapter, please do tell me that in the comments. This is mostly a blind playthrough, so please don't spoil anything else. Don't tell me anything about the final chapter, don't tell me anything about the final boss. I don't know why some people thought that might be a good idea to put in the comments, but it's not. But yeah, this map is really cool for some reason. I like it. I like it more narratively, like I just enjoy the whole Kaga Maeda joke thing. Nothing else about the chapter is really engaging, but it's just a funny combination. If you're not gonna make a chapter that's really good gameplay-wise, at least they made it funny. And honestly, gameplay-wise, it's still better than the last couple of maps, really. You know, there's a bunch of enemies to fight, but they're actually sort of hard to kill. Not really, because my units are overpowered, but they actually try. They actually tried. And there's like a bit of side objective, a bit of mystery about what the hell Kaga is doing as a dancer. He actually tries to walk towards the enemies as long as they're there, so I just rescued him with Void. It's a Siege goal, and I think Siege is one of the best objectives, even if some people think it's boring. Like, a lot of people complain that FE6 is boring because every map is Siege, but honestly, most of the maps are so well designed that it really doesn't matter. It's actually a good game. Jerome misses out on Gale Force because he didn't crit one out of his 2 hits. In fact, he even missed. But that's fine. Siglud can clean up. I mean Siglud. His name is Siglud. The guy read Japanese, so he must be right. Like, Siglud is kind of low. I need to heal him. And obviously Beat doesn't have the range to do that, so I use Celicia. I almost said Celica. Almost. Yeah, the most difficult part of the map is over now. It's really just about saving as many NPC soldiers as I can before they all get fried by the boss. As long as there's enemies on the map, they too, just like Kaga, they will try to go towards them. I think, yeah, I just skip these animations of healing because it's really annoying. I think they all have the camaraderie skill or whatever, which means they will heal a bit at the start of the turn, which is really insignificant because everything 2 KOs them, even if they get like 2 turns of healing in, and they also get doubled by a lot of things. So I'm like, well, I should probably just kill as many enemies as I can, get some healing XP out of these wounded soldiers. Or not Arc, he's so overshadowed by Slicia, but he's still a good unit in his own right. Don't think a unit is bad just because there is another unit of their class that's really good. Just use both. Both is the best. So I had rescued an NPC soldier and then realized the same turn that like that was useless. And I could have actually used Wyvern Anna to get Void closer to the throne. If I hadn't done that, I'd leave, but it's fine. Siglud is completely safe now. He was never really in danger, but it was funny having him be in danger. I've never seen a Siglud being in danger, you know? Here I'm like, who do I even feed kills to? Does it really matter? Not really. I mean, look at how low my EXP gain is. Even the promoted enemies aren't giving me that much, I believe. It's just the high number of them that gives you a bunch of EXP. Let's see how much EXP Anna gets. Okay, this is actually a fair amount. It's like the same as like a level 1 unpromoted unit killing a level 1 enemy. It's like 30. So Anna, the Wyvern, blocked this Cavalier from attacking a soldier, so that makes her more useful than she's been in the past few maps. Araya roasts another NPC soldier, and now a bunch of them are going to try and suicide on the last remaining Cavalier. Of course he's at full HP, so you know this is not gonna end well. Get wrecked. Nice miss. A very nice miss. And I actually get the kill here with Jerome so that he gets Guild Force and can be used to attack Mariah if I want him to. Mariah is actually really weak defensively. She does have Weary Fighter, or Wary Fighter, whatever it is, that stops you from attacking her or doubling her, but it's fine. As you can see, my accuracy isn't even bad, so yeah. Goodbye Mariah, and thanks for the Orion's Bolt that I'm never going to use. Like at this point, if you haven't promoted the Archer, whatever his name is, Jay, I'm kind of worried about your sanity to begin with. And here I'm like, there's one dude left, what can I even do with him? And I decide his best use is probably trying to get a despoil with Anna, Rogue Anna. So I have Wyvern Anna, set up a kill for Rogue Anna. Funny how I ended up using all 3 Annas. I wonder if there's more. And do we get despoil? Yes, we do. It's funny how it activates like way after the battle, so you're kind of worried that it doesn't activate, but it does. So yeah, I got rid of all the enemies, so now it's just a matter of carrying people to the throne and getting some of the XP with bead. Really fun map. It wasn't really hard, it was just... It has that Kaga awkwardness to it, where it's like, you wouldn't really say it's well designed, it's just kind of weird. But it is engaging in a way, which is really hard to do if you're not using characters with a real personality. Like, very few of these people have more than a couple of lines, but I still kind of enjoyed the way they interacted for this map, if that makes sense. It was weird. So yeah, let's see if we can get beat to promotion at some point. I hope we can. I'm really tired of that 5 move, gets doubled by everything, cannot attack thing. We get 6 turns, I think. Yeah, pretty good. I always forget to check the chapter objective in the menu, but I always see it at the upper right. Yeah, so this dialogue makes me think that Kaga could not have been recruited in this map, so maybe I'll get him later. Let's go to chapter 20, which is called Great Rivalry.